Hi, this is On Imagination with a Healing Garden. Welcome to Pando. So I this is how I work. This is exactly how I work is I set all the people up and I take a step back and I watch. And whenever I see a problem, I immediately go, I know what they're doing psychologically. I know where there's a problem and a gap. Let me go ahead and fix that. So I went ahead and I set up one of the communications between two peoples for networking, like, oh, person A needs to connect with person B. And person B was an accomplished networker. Person A was very new to networking. So person A had no idea. And I went, oh, I needed to kind of coach her a little bit, but I missed that. So this is the coaching. This is me stepping in saying, if you are new to networking, this is very much this is why tradesmen should never teach. Because when tradesmen teach, they don't know this. They don't know to look for it. They don't know to identify problems and then articulate, oh, this is the detail. Masters know this. Masters can do this, which is why every teacher should be a master in their field. So this is what we're going in with. This is what's going on. When you are new to networking, there is that introduction stage. And what you are doing is putting your cards out on the table. Now, this is very, very uncomfortable for a lot of people. And what you are really doing is the second ethic, vulnerability. Now, the second ethic is self-authority. And this is where you hear me say, second ethic is self-authority. Second ethic is vulnerability. First ethic is courage. First ethic is self-care, self-soothing. And the reason why is because an ethical perspective is a box of goodies. I've been needing those words for a very long time. An ethical perspective contains a box of goodies. You have the tools in your toolbox that are unique to that ethical perspective. You have your trial. The trial is the agenda. You need to stay on task of your agenda, of your trial. A lot of people abandon the trial and they do the opposite, which nurtures the problem and they derail off of the ethical journey. So at the second ethic, if you have learned the first ethic properly, you walk into the second ethic feeling vulnerable, which means open to receive. Open to receive is absolutely a very difficult thing to do if you have ever been exposed to trauma. This is why the first ethic is courage, is because you are going to require courage to have that open to receive of the second ethic. So you step into a new communication with somebody. Now, people who are experienced in networking have mastered this art. We got the courage. We know how to open to receive. We welcome people in. We throw all of our cards on the table strategically in a correct order of operations to create the right order of responses that we want at the right time so we don't intimidate and scare people. We have a little sample of, here, try this little itty bitty chocolate that I make, but you don't tell them you've got an entire Willy Wonka factory in the back. That's what you want to do. So you want to go into every new contact with very much, and this is something I absolutely love. Step into the world of imagination and go back to kings and queens. You are wearing these regal robes. You have this gold box on a pillow, and you are approaching this royal figure on their territory in their kingdom hall. You are the guest. You walk in, you kneel, and you say, I come in peace, because it's really fun to say that. I come in peace. And you extend this gift to them to show them, I am gifting you with my vulnerability. I am open to receive you. And that is the message. To ensure that you are coming on equal ground, you are surrendering the advantage. This is where narcissists fail this trial. You have to surrender the advantage and gift them with vulnerability. Welcome to the trial of the second ethic. Now, you do this and you learn self-authority. This gets really in-depth at the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th ethic. This is all we talk about at the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th ethic is the order of operations of this process. But at the second ethic, what you are looking for is this connection. is the ability to open to receive, which you're going to need for the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th ethic. So when you come together with a new contact, the agenda is to open the doors. You have a door, they have a door. Now you are going to want to use discernment, 4th ethic, in order to determine if they should have access to your door. Now there's a difference between going, this is my door. And there's a difference between going, I'm going to open my door and show you a peek of my door. And there's a difference between, here, go on in, help yourself. You don't want to do that. This is what a lot of people do. People who do not learn the 4th ethic or the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th ethic just throw their door open. In fact, they're walking around with their door wide open going, here, help yourself. And then assholes go in and they pillage, plunder their spoils, and they run off. And you're going, oh my God, I shouldn't trust people. Or you should use the 4th ethic. So when you are stepping into that platform, you are opening to receive. You are handing them a little bit of, tell me about you. Always offer them to go first. So here's how this goes. You offer them to go first. Now, if they offer you to go first, you reciprocate. They say, you go first. Oh, no, you go first. And then you go first. You do not go back and forth. It's you offer, they offer, and then you go first. Or they offer, you reciprocate, and then they go first. Now, if you offer and then they take it, that's okay. That's all right. But to show where you stand on that ethical platform, this is exactly the ethical perspective of what you want to do, is they give it to you, throw it back at them. If you pick it up, it's okay. It's absolutely okay. If somebody invites you to speak and you decide to speak, okay. What you are really doing, let's like dig into this. We're going to step over to math with tit for tat strategy. Tit for tat strategy is actually what's going on in that case. And we're negotiating over the advantage. What you're really doing is called a power appraisal. Now, power appraisal is literally weighed upon your ethical levels. The more ethical you are, the more power you have. Now, in the world of narcissism, this is not what's going on. This is where it gets real dirty in the world of narcissism. So there's the ethical model, and then there's the narcissistic model. So I'm going to go over the narcissistic model because you're probably very familiar with that one. In the narcissistic model, instead, we have something called a hierarchy. In the hierarchy, whoever has the most power is the biggest bully. So the more power equals biggest bully. The power is determined by what your race is, what your gender is, how much money you have, how pretty your wife is. Are we feeling disgusted yet? It's all the materialistic garbage that we all fight about. That's really what's going on. Is they're all arguing over who gets to stand on top of the hierarchy. They're using something called tit for tat strategy in mathematics. Tit for tat strategy is a mathematical assessment to determine if someone's a doormat, an ally, or if you're the doormat. That's really what they want to know. Am I the doormat? Are they the doormat? Or are we equal footing? And what you're looking for is who has the advantage and who is equal footing. So second perspectives are really, this is a very common practice for second perspectives, and it goes like this. Somebody offends somebody else, usually in a joshing, joking manner that's really highly insulting. And they literally attack, it's an attack, it's a verbal attack. And the attack, if the person attacks back, it means you're on equal footing. If the person doesn't attack back, it means they're a doormat. If the person attacks back and trumps you, it means that they're the top dog and you need to listen to them. They're trying to figure out if they should respect you. Respect is equal footing. Respect is equal footing. Respect does not exist if you're at the advantage. Ever. It's not possible. You're going to have to choose between respect or the advantage. This is where narcissists want both. They want advantage and respect. They're the people who walk around going, I command respect. Well, you can't get it. You're at the advantage. You want respect, you're going to have to meet people eye to eye. Most people who are at the advantage, all people who are at the advantage have taken it. People who have earned the advantage know to surrender it, to put them back down on equal footing, to look people in the eye on equal footing, because that's where you teach, because that's where you connect with people. People who seek out the advantage and take it for themselves lord that over everybody else as power. So this is the power appraisal that occurs in the hierarchy. That is the narcissist society. Stepping over into this side of things with the ethics. The equal footing is learned at the sixth ethic trial. So when you accomplish the trial of the sixth ethic, you walk away going, oh, equal footing. And at the seventh perspective, you just sit down at equal footing, tell the world to shut up because you figured out your own self-value and you just want some peace. And you are also having a discussion with the self because you have learned the ethics and now you've got a lot of answering to do. Because one of the things you learn at the seventh ethic, once you get that sixth ethical equal footing, is how many people you hurt while you had the advantage. And now you got to answer for that. To the fifth perspectives, I'll say it again, mind the ripples. Because at the seventh ethic, you're going to answer for all of that. And you're just sitting there going, oh, look at all the people I walked all over when I had the advantage. Oh, all those times I should have actually used vulnerability, that second ethic, to open myself up and lower myself down to equal footing and use that power to elevate other people to come to my level. Oh, and I didn't. I took advantage of the advantage. So when you want to connect with people, when you want their respect, this is all about barter and trade of your advantage. Welcome to power economics. This is how it's done. So when you walk into a conversation with somebody new, this is really what is all the psychology and physics going behind the introductions. What you are really doing is saying, hi, who has the advantage? Assess who has the advantage. If you are new to networking, you probably have the disadvantage, which means let them lead. This is really important. The person who has the advantage has a responsibility. Oh, I'm going to do it. Totally going to do it. Yes, Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. This is what we're talking about. This is it. You have advantage. You've got a responsibility now. This is where responsibility is. You learn accountability before you learn responsibility. Cart before the horse. Oh, wait, that again. We're going to stay away from that one. That doesn't make we're going to stay away from that one. You have absolutely that. See, I said cart before the horse, and now I can't think because now I'm like, oh, the physics. You learn accountability before you learn responsibility. Accountability must be learned first. You learn accountability, and then you learn responsibility, and then you master respect. Order of operations. Accountability first. So all these fourth perspectives who are running around poofing out their chests screaming, I command respect. I want respect. Yeah, you're not going to get it. You don't get that until you've learned accountability, which you don't get until you learn self-government, and then accountability, and then equal footing, and then you need to be humbled at the seventh perspective. Respect does not come to people who don't earn it. Respect is a reward, a reward that you get after you've learned accountability and responsibility. So you walk into that room, you are at the disadvantage, you don't know. Let them know, I don't know. Let them know I'm soul searching. You want to walk in with your mission. You want to walk in with your pitch. I hate to use those words, but let's break it down. You're going to have a life purpose. You're going to have a calling, a mission. So you have your life purpose. You're going to have your mission. And you're going to have your agenda. Now, if you do not have these three things, that is your purpose, that is your mission, and that is your agenda. You use the phrase, I'm finding myself. In the world of Pando, we know what that means. Everyone in Pando knows what that means. In the narcissist realm, they don't. And the reason why is because they're children. They're at the fourth perspective. They don't know yet. They're children. At the sixth perspective, we find this. Now, there's going to be people who are at the ninth, the 10th, the 11th, and they get it. They understand. So it's okay now, especially in Pando, to say, I don't know. I'm looking for myself. I don't have my purpose yet. I'm looking for my mission. I'm looking for my agenda. I'm looking for myself. That is okay to say here. As soon as you say those words, oh, you're going to have like 800 people just swoop in to say, we got you covered. We got you covered. It's okay. And it is vulnerability. What you really need to be practicing at this stage is getting yourself comfortable with opening up and receiving and being taught that you're safe and it's okay. It is one of the reasons why Pando is so aggressive about making sure people here are ethical, is to ensure you're safe now. It's okay. We're going to bring you in and we're going to nurture you with ethical people. And we're going to teach you about ethical people so you can feel safe enough to open up at that second ethic. So you can safely find your people. We have a lot of people who come in from the Shark Tank. And it's one of the things we want to absolutely nurture is a safety to open up, knowing you're going to be okay. Training you here, giving you the nurturing you need so that when you do step back outside of Pando, you've got the tools you need to protect yourself. Fourth ethic, circle of trust, skill of discernment. That's what you're going to need. So when I say alma mater, the nourishing mother, this is exactly what I'm referring to. So when you are stepping into the world of networking for the first time, when you are dipping your toes into this, it's okay to be new at it. It's okay to tell people, I am new to networking. Say those words in Pando and people will take care of you. Absolutely. Being familiar with the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th ethic of equal footing and power authority is going to go a long way to help you with your networking. So you can start to understand how to appraise power and the advantage, disadvantage in equal footing without the narcissism. And I'm going to tell you right now, 100% of all of us have come from a place where we were abused by the manipulation of that advantage. Being abused at the advantage is a whole nother type of healing. We have that too if you need it. Thank you so much. And may the kindest of words always find you.